Hi swiftui experts, welcome back to our another tutorial regarding about swiftui and getting your way one step at a time towards becoming a better swiftui expert. Now, today we're going to talk about how to use the Apple developer website to upload your codes or upload your apps and get them running towards the App Store. This would be about 3 to 4 video tutorials, so do take note, and also do stay tuned next week for the upcoming part 2 and part 3 is upcoming. So yeah, let's get right to it.
Okay, hey, welcome back. This is the developerapple.com website where a lot of developers from Apple would be using, even I myself. So as an Apple engineer, developing apps within Apple, we need to log in to this website. And you should be able to use this on, best Safari. Try not to use it on Google or Firefox because, again, Apple prefers a more designated website, again, and a designated server. Now, you can see down here there are some stuff that could assist you in your developer journey. For example, the latest videos regarding about test flight, privacy, map kit, and more. Now you can also meet with Apple Store experts whom would assist you. Just to let you guys know, if you're signing up for the personal account, you should have 2 TSIs, which is technical support. They can support you twice every year. You can buy credits along the way again if let's say you get stuck somewhere, so that's fine as well. So don't worry, with Apple everyone is with you every step of the way, okay? And communities like myself, okay? So feel free, okay, we have a blog coming up soon, so do take a look, okay? Now down here you could also see an iOS 16 and an iPad OS 16 where they would demonstrate certain things. The Mac OS venture where you can develop apps in the App Store for a designated location again, watchOS 9, and also you planning your app. Now, WWDC 22 was last year, is past and over, but still, again, it's pretty relevant to up to date regarding about your development journey. You have downloads, documents, videos, and forums where you can communicate and talk to other people, watch some videos regarding about the developer's journey, as well as all these other resources that are pretty useful, okay? Now, I'm not gonna go too much in depth for each and every one of them, but I'll show you some design development videos like these, okay? They will cover pretty much about almost everything that you want in trend and out trend. So we have the custom page products, which again you can see in my Apple Store. You should be able to see some trends and custom pages, which are very specialized. Also, you have the app discovery and marketing. Now, this is very useful as well. What's new for enterprise developers, metal performance, also how to reach to less data towards development. That's something very important because the less you put in terms of data compressing information, the more it's easier for users to not get hanged, just like this guy. Okay. Ideally we don't hang most of the time for users because I think it's a very bad experience, okay? Now we also have recaps, awards, how to use complications and widgets reloaded, 3D room scans with room plan, design app shortcuts also for other languages as well. I think Arabic would be a nice new market. Also to use xCloud, okay, xCode Cloud, sorry. This is something very useful if let's say you want to work with other developers as well. Also, we have the Swift charts, which is a designated API. We also have distributed actors and so forth, screen capture, weather data, REST API, also AR experiences, map kit, so on and so forth. Okay, so do stay tuned for this one. It's very useful. Most of my Apple journey, I use them as well. Okay, now coming to the account itself, this is roughly what it should look like. it should provide you with a designated location where you can access your apps, your analytics for your apps. So for example, you can see whether how many users, how many individuals, trends, reports, user access, agreements, and tax and banking. Now, do take note that you need to fill in all the agreements and tax and banking before proceeding to app development and uploads, because you don't want to get jammed up. Okay, while doing so, okay, because I had this experience before where I finished up everything and then they prompt up that there's an agreement and tax banking where we have to do an update. Okay, unfortunately, this happens. Now, you also need certificates, identifiers, devices, profiles, keys, and services, also software downloads, and so forth. Okay, down here. Now, you can download Xcode from here with the software downloads. Also, you can add in your email addresses, access, checking all your details, your annual fees, um, your device, when will it, so forth. Oh, this is the one that I spoke about, TSI, earlier on. Okay, technical support. I have used them before. To be frank, I also need help as well. So always don't be ashamed, to say, hey, Jackie, we need some help, eh? Okay, I'm always there for you as well, okay, for all you learners out there. Now, let's go right to it. Number one, step one. Now, what you want to do is you want to create an identifier. Now, always go to an identifier, create one, make sure you have that. Now, the certificates can be done manually, where you can put them in. It's a bit slow with the Wi-Fi down here. Sorry about that. Now, you need to create, now you can see that all my apps identifiers are down here. Now, I have to create an identifier. So, for you guys, I'm going to create an identifier so you guys will have access to this tutorial and all the little gadgets that I've done. For example, the previous Americano that we did. So here, let's see. Okay, app IDs, merchant IDs. Oh, we need that as well. Okay, up to you on this one. It's all separate as well. Apps. Then we're gonna call it a bundle ID. So maybe we can call it something like domain name. Let's say, let's call it com dot. Well, we are net AI. So we're gonna call it the net name, where the app name would be called, let's say, Swift Together. Okay, and then we're gonna call the description down here, where it says, maybe say, where we become best developers. Okay. Now, we can choose all the little capabilities down here, which you need to tap into in the info plist in Xcode, which I have in tutorial part 3. So do stay tuned, looked up there. Okay, now we can choose the things. Remember, you have to click in. Okay, if you do not do so, Apple will not be able to give you access to that. So for example, driver kits, virtual space, fonts, health kit, home kit, iCloud, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, for us, we would not be using much, but we can try sign in. I'll show you how to do a sign in Apple, okay? And also we can choose iCloud if you want to, okay? Or we can also access data privacy, protection, so and so forth, up to you on this one. Now, Apple payment processing. Let's do also an autofill credential provider. We're going to touch on that, okay? And also associated the domains, okay? Now down here, you can see that all these are the supported platforms. Now once you're done, you click continue, and then you register. Now your certificate and your identifier should be ready. Let's see if it's there. There we go. Okay, when we become the best developers. Okay, this is the bundle identifier, and this is what you can see in the GitHub open source that I have created for the tutorials. Okay, so do stay tuned on this one. Okay, now once you're done with this, it's not over yet. Okay, so we want to copy that. Okay, and later on we're going to use that. Now you can access your devices, profiles, keys, and services down here. So all these are all the different informations that you can access to. Okay, devices as in a sense where you know how many devices, maybe not ever. Okay, now you can have services as well, configuration, account organization data, whether data and so forth. Okay, now all these are not necessary. We go back to the developers. Now we want to access our app, so we have to go back to our account again. Accessing down here. Okay, now we would go into apps, and this is where you create your um, app name. So I'm gonna call our app name down here. See, there are some changes you can see, as in the date that it's been filmed, which is May 2020, 2023. They always have updates. So do take note about this one and make sure to click OK with that. Now I'm gonna create a new app. There's a new app identifier as well. Now bundle ID, we can choose that as well. So I'm gonna choose this one when we become best developers, net AI, Swift together. Okay. Now SKU is sort of like your product ID where you want to put in your product name and then with a number so that other people will be able to recognize that, okay, as well as for Apple. If you're choosing for platforms like iOS, macOS, or tvOS, it depends, okay. For us, we'll be just covering on iOS. macOS is for Masters class, so do stay tuned for the Masters class, which will be coming out around, I would say around end of April. So yeah, do stay tuned on that one. Now, for the name, we're gonna call it Swift Together. Typing it out. Oh, sorry, together. And the primary language will be English. Again, with our main language. Now you can use. Now since I use Swift Together, so I'm gonna use Swift Together. Copy that in, and I'm gonna call it Swift Together 01. So it's easy to access. Okay, and I'm gonna create this, and you can see it's gonna come up soon. I guess in some ways. There you go. So you can see you have a blank screen down here. Okay. For this part, I'm gonna cover over it in the tutorial part 2. So I'm looking forward to you guys next week. Do stay tuned, and thanks again for your support. Do remember to subscribe and give us a thumbs up and like. It would be so awesome. Thank you and have a nice day.